love and happiness, harmony with all styles of Jews, religious, the one that's still not religious, Sfaradi, Ashkenaz, Hasidim, doesn't make a difference. When? Chag Purim. Be'ezrat Hashem, we're going to connect a lot of ideas from Shvilei Pinchas and others for an amazing ideas of uplifting Purim and strengthening our faith. We all familiar with what look like contradictions in the name of Megilat Ester. Megilat Lashon Gilui, Megilat Lashon revealed, but Esther is come from Hester, conceal. So is it revealed? Is it concealed? What's going on? We also know that the name of Hashem, blessed is He, is not mentioned, I should say, in the Megillah directly, only with hints. And not like in the miracles of Egypt that were above the nature. Everybody was sure and saw that the hand of Hashem making all the miracles in Egypt in the Exodus. But in Purim, in the miracle, Purim, from the Lashon Pur, lottery, Goral, the miracle was concealed and was hidden within the nature way. But a person that's got brain and believe, when he connect all the information and the detail and look very well from the beginning of all the events until the end, he see nothing happened by mistake or lack or anything. There is the entity, God blesses He, that run and control the world. The Ramban already wrote in Parashat Bo, the end, and from the revealed huge miracle, everybody know, a person admit the concealed miracle, which they are the base of the Holy Torah. Since a person doesn't have a share in the Holy Torah of Moshe Rabbeinu from God, until that we're going to believe that's all the things and that's happened to us all our life, all of them are miracles. No case of nature and way of the world. Every day, everything is a miracle. The Gemara in Megillah said that Rav Yosef said, "Umishloach manot ish lere'eu, shtei manot leish echad," and we should send a present that's built from 2 portions of food to 1 person. And we need to understand why 2 portions to 1 person. The Rav from Kamrana, זכותו יגן עלינו אמן, said in Ketam Ofir that manot ish lere'eu, 2 portions from a person to his friend, in the numerical, or coming in numerical value to Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, 11:18. And we're going to try to understand the idea according to the words of the Ramak in Pardes Rimonim, that he said that the root of nature, how it runs, it's come from the name Elohim, numerical value 86, equivalent to numerical value of Hateva, the nature. And the Hanaga, the way the world run above the nature, so to say, the root is from the name of Havaya. Shvilei Pinchas bring that the way the world sort of working, the miracle in the nature, is the unification of 2 names of Havaya and Elokim. That the name Havaya above nature sort of cover itself within the name of Elohim, the way the nature runs, so to say. And the explanation to the Pasuk, Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, is to unify and connect between the 2 names of Havaya and Elokim by true belief, full belief that there is no incidents, there are no mistakes, there is no nature, so to say, that Hashem dressed Himself, concealed Himself in the nature and around the world with miracles that we cannot even see, unfortunately. As we mentioned before, the name Havaya is dressed, so to say, in the name of Elokim, and this is what it says in the Pasuk, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, to unify the two ways the world sort of run to one, okay, the nature and above nature, to Hashem, the one and only. And right now we're understanding the two portion to one person, to hint on the miracle that we had in Purim within the nature, so to say, that this is the unification of the two names of Havaya and Elokim to one entity, one person, which is hint, one Ish, Hashem, as we know that Hashem is called Ish, as it says, Hashem, God, is Ish, the man of war. And he's one and doesn't have any second. And here it's going to be sweetened a little bit, the hint that Rab Mikamran brought, Manot Ish Lere'eu, numerical value, Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad, to send two dishes, two portions, the two names of Havaya and Elokim to Hashem blessed is He, in total understanding that everything come from Hashem. Simplicity, reveal, legalot, the concealed, Esther. Some people ask, why? What all this case with the concealment that we need to reveal it? The prophet Yeshaya already said, so said God, the King of Israel and the Redeemer, God the armies, I'm first, I'm last, and without me, there is no gods. To teach that since the providence, the divine watch from above is concealed within the nature, only when a person going to watch on the move of all the actions and things that's happened from the beginning until the end, then Be'ezat Hashem, you can see how Hashem watches us on every step. As Hashem said to Moshe Rabbeinu, and you should see my back, but my face you're not going to be able to see it. You cannot see the future. But when you look from the beginning until where you are, you see that everything is run with beautiful love. Notice, please, Hashem. Beautiful love from God to each one of us in every step of life. There's no accidents. Everything is specially made from each and one of us. That we know that the first letters of Yavo, Hamelech, Vehaman Hayom, Yud, and then Hey, and then Vav, and later on Hey, create the word Havaya, the name of Hashem. And the end of the word Ki Kalta Elav Hara, the same thing, create the name of Havaya. That's mean, by Ani Arishon, I'm first, the first name that was created from the Yavo HaMelech Ve'aman Hayom, the first name of Havaya, that was the beginning of the greatness of Haman HaRasha. And his fall started at the later creation of the name by the last letters of Ki Kalta Elav Hara, as we mentioned. But only when you see the whole picture from beginning until the end, it's engraved in the heart of a person, Be'ezat Hashem, Umi Bil'adai en Elohim, there's no God without me, Hashem said. That's mean without the name of Havaya, there's no existence to the nature which is hinted in the name of Hateva, Shem Elohim. Ari HaKadosh teach in Shar HaPsukim, and you should know that the name of Havaya, Yud, and then K, Hey, and later on Vav and Hey, change with the letter proceed to it, which are Tet, Daled, Hey, Daled, and with the letters that come after it, which is the letter Chaf, Vav, Zayin, and Vav. And those, Ari HaKadosh says, two holy names, and both of them come to numerical value Ani, I. Ani, to hint, Ki Ani Rishon, I'm, God is first, Ve'ani, God is later. Haya v'yeh, and the name Havaya, which is the root of both of them in the middle, is now. And everything is one and beautiful, with no blemishes and nothing around the world except Hashem, Shem Havaya. The Igra de Chala explained, in the time that the light of Hashem shine in the world with no concealment, huge mercy, Baruch Hashem, as it was, as we mentioned before, in the Exodus of Egypt. Huge miracles, everybody saw, all the nations. No concealment, no covers. But God forbid, in the time of concealment in the world, the name of Havaya is hidden in the world by the two names we mentioned, Tadhad and Kozo, before and after the name of Havaya, as the resemblance to a king that's always dressed and nobody actually see the real king, right? Only the dresses. But we need to remember always believe, true faith, that's even in time of concealment, Bar Minan, when the world sort of ran by the two names, Tadhad and Kozo, in the nature way to say, also then the name of Havaya is shining, the root of mercy. And from there, those names that we mentioned get their livelihood and sustain. And even though the name of Havaya, mercy, is hidden, still, this is the source, and that is what's shining to us, and everything is for good, Be'ezrat Hashem. No tests, please God. As already we mentioned, Ani Rishon, Ani numerical value, the two names, Ve'ani Acharon, I'm last, again the numerical value. And without me, Biladai, En Elokim. Even in the time of the concealment, that the two names I should say, that we mentioned, that's come to the numerical value of Ani Rishon, Ani Acharon. Everything comes from Hashem Himself, Shem Havaya. Umibiladai, without me, En Elohim. Unfortunately, we need to mention that there's many delirious thoughts of people, confused, that in time of concealment, they think that the Ani, I, that's mean for themselves, and could be this is the root. Ve'amarta b'levavcha, you're going to say in your heart, Kochi ve'otzem yadi asa li et hachayil hazeh. Me, my thoughts, my power, my ability, with my hands I created everything. And this is the beginning of a fall of a person, and the root of holiness. And we know that the holy divine spirit lives. Any person that is holy, and that doesn't have Bar Minan any assistance from heaven. And the Bnei Issachar explain, and this is what Hashem said more than once, all around. V'yeda'atem ki ani Adonai, and you should know that I'm God. V'yad'u, and they should know ki ani Adonai, I'm Hashem, I'm God. Ani, as we explained, the numerical values of the two covers of the names that proceed and come after name Havaya, to show that supposedly, even in the concealment, you don't see. But the king is the same king, doesn't make a difference right now what clothing is around him. The name of Havaya is the source and everything behind it. The Midrash teach in Esther, Amar lehem HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Yisrael. God said to Klal Yisrael, you cried, and you said, we were orphans, no father. Your life, you're going to see also the Redeemer that I'm going to bring for you in Madai, the times of Haman and Achashverosh. He's not going to have any father and mother. And this is what it says about Esther. She doesn't have a father and mother. She's an orphan. And we need to try to understand what lesson Hashem come to teach us when He brought the miracle by Esther that was an orphan and didn't have a father or mother. David HaMelech wrote in Tehillim, Ad ana tastir et panecha mimeni. Until when you're going to conceal your face from me? Until when I'm going to bring advices by myself in my soul? And Rabbi Israel Miruzhin, Zichrono Levracha, explained, David HaMelech came to teach us a beautiful idea in belief of God. That any one of us that want to achieve the salvation of God, blesses He, need to know clearly that he doesn't have any advice or idea, and everything is in the hands of Hashem only to save him. And as long as the person thinks that he can save himself by this kind of connection or I don't know what, you cannot bring down the shower of salvation from God. Exactly as David HaMelech says, Ad ana tastir et panecha mimeni, until when, God, you're going to conceal your face from me? And the answer, as long as I'm going to have advices by myself, as long as I'm able to think and fool myself, I can save myself in this way or another. The concealment going to continue, and the problem, chas v'chalila, not going to be solved. Until I'm going to be able to live with through faith. I got nothing to do, God. There's no advice. There's no ability by myself to do anything. And then the concealment going to disappear, because everything depends on the power of my belief in God. As it say, and the one who's sick, God not going to miss any benefit and any good. And also the one who trusts God, they're going to be charity and mercy surrounding him all his life, Be'ezrat Hashem. That's why Hashem chose to bring the redemption by Esther. She was an orphan. She didn't have parents. And that's caused her to connect in a strong connection and bond with Hashem, because she knew she got nobody to rely on, but only on our Father in heaven. Hashem blesses thee. That's why also Esther invited Haman HaRasha to the Mishnah. As the Gemara say to us, the rabbi asked, why did Esther invited Haman? What the reason? And the answer, so Israel not going to say, we got a sister in the house of the king, and they're going to remove their thoughts from asking mercy from Hashem. They're going to think they got connection in the president's house, family. Haman did a lottery, and it fell on the month of Adar, which is in the zodiac fish. We're going to try to understand what the connection, what the thing that we can try to learn from the month of Adar and to the zodiac sign of fish and to redemption of Klal Israel, Be'ezrat Hashem, ASAP. We all know that in the zodiac signs, in the star sort of, the fish picture is two fish. The head of one is opposite to the one near him. The head is here, the tail is here, and vice versa. And we know that in biology, they found out that almost all the fishes that was found in the stomach of a big fish, the head of the fish is sort of going inside, not tail, not like he running after them. It's sort of like they went inside. And Mishmeret Keuna wrote, what the case? So Rabbi Meir Yechiel Meostrovodka Zichron Levracha said there is a huge lesson here with the way the fish is found. Trust in livelihood, parnasa, money, everything in life. That from heaven they show us that Hashem sent the fishes towards the fish. And he's not running from him, and he didn't caught the one that he ran after them. And from that we need to remember and never forget. Don't think that you did something. My ability, my action brought the success. No. Everything is from heaven. And for sure, in everything else in life, also everything is from God. And Sfat Emet said that he heard from Rabbi Meir Mifrimshlan. Once he went in a carriage in Russia with Rabbi Mordechai Mikrimnitz in the winter. Everything is icy. It's dangerous. Old carriages. And they came to a very icy slope. And Rabbi Meir was young. He was sure they're going to turn around and fall. And he came to jump from the carriage. But Rabbi Mordechai held his hand and he told him, sit down, don't worry, nothing going to happen. They continue driving in the carriage on the icy ways in a certain way that was look very safe and straight. And there the carriage flipped. All of them fell into the ice, and the rabbi started to laugh and he said, did you see? Did you see? For years he said, I didn't understand what he meant until once in Chag Shavuot it's clicked into my brain and I understand what the rabbi meant. He meant to say that a person living in worry that he's not going to fall into the hand of Yetzer Hara, into the hands of ill inclination, is always worried. He's nervous. He don't trust himself. God assists him and nothing gonna happen. But a person think that he's a hunky-dory, everything is going smooth, I'm okay, I'm not worried, I'm tzaddik. God forbid, in 1 second, he can fall down. And that's exactly what the rabbi said. Sit down in the place that I was worried that we're going to flip. And when he said, Ra'ita, you see, when I was sure everything is okay, that's when the problem came. Exactly as the words of David HaMelech. Ad ana tastir et panecha mimeni. Until when are you going to conceal your face from me? Ad ana ashit etzot benafshi. Until when I'm going to bring ideas and advices how to solve the issue. That the concealment come in the time that a person rely on his wisdom and understanding and abilities. And this is what our holy rabbi said. הרוצה שיתקיימו נכסיו, ייטע בהם הדר. A person who wants that his money and everything going to have growth and security planted within them adar. And what that means? That we need always to remember what we learn from the zodiac of Adar, fish, the way they are. Don't trust yourself. Trust God. And then you're going to see that everything you do, you're going to have success and it's going to be secure. And that's for sure with all the enemies, Bezat Hashem, should be eliminated ASAP. And we're going to finish in what we started. Esther HaMalka said, Ima lamelech tov, if it's good on the king, Yavo HaMelech veHaman hayom. Haman and the king will come today. The first letter we said, Yavo HaMelech veHaman hayom, the name of Hashem, Shem Havaya. And Kohelet Yaakov explained the words of David HaMelech. Ze hayom, this is the day, Asa Hashem, God did. Hayom, in Hebrew, numerical value of the two names we mentioned before, Tadhad and Kuzo, as the numerical value of Ani, the names before and after the names of Havaya, that all their sustain comes, as we said, from the name of Hashem blessed is He. As we said, that the name of Havaya is the one responsible on everything that's going on the names before and after, even in the time of concealment. And if you're going to have the ability, brain, and help from heaven to understand it, and we truthfully going to believe in it, then we're going to be able to merit the end of the pasuk. Nagila v'nismecha bo. We will rejoice and be happy with Him. What's Him? That's mean the name of Hashem only, by believing truthfully. That's also when it's concealment. And we don't see, and it's not that nature running the world. No, everything from the name of Havaya, Hashem blessed is He. And then we're going to be able to sweeten the judgment and merit the true happiness, as the Gemara said. Mashiach said to Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, you're going to come today. I'm coming. Hayom ani ba. Eliyahu Hanavi explained later on to Rabbi Yoshua ben Levi, he didn't say today is only today. He meant Hayom im bekolot ishmau. Today, if you're going to listen and follow the ways of God, then redemption going to come. And to our concept in this lesson, that we should live in faith and reveal, negale, shegam ba'Esther, also in the concealment, God never leaves any Jew around. As we said, Hayom, today, numerical value of the two names before and after the letters of Havaya, which is the source of their sustain, as exactly as the Navi said, Ishaya. Ko Amar, so said God, the kings of Israel and the Redeemer, the army of gods. I, Ani Rishon, I, Ani Acharon, I am last. Umibiladai, En Elohim, there is no God without me. Be'ezrat Hashem, we should be able to merit and live with true faith, understanding and trust that everything from everything and everything is from God blesses He. The name of Havaya. And by that we're going to be able to merit Lagilui ba'astara, Megilat Ester, to reveal the concealment. And also what look negative, chas v'chalila, going to found out and be revealed as positive in the total picture of the life. Be'ezrat Hashem, nachat ruach and true redemption to Klal Israel. And remember, as the word says, Megilat Ester, reveal the concealment, reveal the name of God, God's approach to each one of us with unconditional love, and is everywhere. It's not nature, because there's no nature without God. Chag Purim Sameach, Klal Yisrael.